And so far, it's been loading just fine. Despite the menu barely working.
Don't give me that look. Take the guns.
Wait. Why the fuck did you leave just to come back? Like, does that not make any sense to anyone else? No, fuck, we have a turret section. I hate turret section. Ooh, the rocket's home, though. Okay. That helps. Because they move very slowly, so it's gonna be very hard to hit anything. And that is a really impressive number of particles when they explode. That's a lot of debris. Yeah. It's an impressive explosion. Alright. Although the frame rate is paying for it. Well, that didn't quite go as it was supposed to because we bumped the ceiling first, so we lost all our momentum. But still, it was nice and cinematic, I guess. Oh, oops. I really love these jarring save screens that just freeze the gameplay. It's about as seamless as the load screens in Half-Life 2. Defend your vehicle until Karina gets it restarted. What, we're doing this? It just inexplicably stops running? Fuck off. Well, I can't quite hit that guy. Curious sound for trying to restart it. Oh man, I hate this kind of thing in video games. Some of the AI drives while you man the gun. A lot of games do this, and I never like it. I don't think anything will ever top in this regard. That was not even my fault. That was Karina not jumping the ramp properly. And yet I get punished for it by having to go back. I don't think anything will ever top for this kind of thing. Red Faction Guerrilla, where you have those awful, absolutely awful missions where weird redneck guy that's really fucking annoying, whose name I can't remember. He pulls up in his weird trike thing, and you get on the cannon, and he drives you on a predetermined path through a particular area, and you try to blow up as much as you can. And it's really annoying because his shitty little trike thing you're in doesn't actually have much health, and so it's very easy to get blown up. And since you're entirely reliant on him driving correctly, you're kind of hosed because he's not very good at driving. So he often gets stuck on stuff, or, you know, kind of gets turned around and then has to sit in place while he does a 33-point turn to get facing the right way, which just gives the enemies tons of time to wail on you. Pretty much like what happened there, where she just stopped for no reason. Thankfully, the mercy on the Red Faction Guerrilla missions I'm talking about is that they are optional. You could play the entire game without ever doing one of them. Oh, and that homed right into the wall. Okay, actually jump this correctly. There you go. Why do you stop here? And then my own rockets just blow me up. So I'm stuck at low health because I'm at a checkpoint where I have low health. And once she parks it and they ram into the back of me, I just blow myself up. If they don't blow me up first. And this rocket launcher reloads really slowly. I mean, I can fire single rockets fairly quickly, but if I want the double, which seems to be the only reliable way to take out enemies, I have to wait a really long time to be able to fire two. And then they just miss like that. Just gonna hopefully take these out before they get to me. Come on. Unfortunately, I can't fire rockets and the machine gun at the same time, and I'm dead. Ooh, this is gonna take a while. Now I'm glad I didn't play this on flatlined. Although the rest of the game up to this point has actually really not been that hard. After the front tires spaz out there a little bit. Hopefully this won't take me the rest of my life to get through here, because I'm already sick of it. Alright, I'm gonna wait for this thing. Fire right over here, that way it actually hits. Excellent. Blow that fucker up. Fire again. Hopefully get this guy in one go. Well, the rockets didn't even try to home. Alright, did I get it? We're alive. Why are you sitting here doing nothing? Oh shit, there's more coming. Fuck. Don't do it! Don't do it! You bitch. Not digging this. Alright, take, 5, I think this is? Alright, got him. Excellent. I think, oh, got him. Excellent. There's one more coming. Not gonna fire yet, because they won't home. Alright, now they should home. And they did. Excellent. He lived, though. He had an emergency eject. Also known as awkward collision. Alright, there we go. In fact, that made it seem easy, and now I'm not sure why I died there 4 or 5 times. And we silently drive off. No one says anything. I'm not sure why that needed a scene.
Look, I'm gonna come clean.
I ejaculate bleach.
Transgenic Control Commission.
Transgenic?
Man-made organisms, manufactured diseases.
You know, ethical stuff.
Prison? I'm not a criminal.
I didn't say you were. Doesn't matter.
But you did imply it, because what else do you put in a prison?
Okay. Be careful.
You have a very tall face. Not that that's intrinsically bad, but it's just something I noticed. Infiltrate communications tower, and she's just gonna stay here. I'm gonna look at her idle animation, though, because it looks great. Oh, she's pretending to drive like a little kid. And not going anywhere. Oh, that's great. Oh, my gun's not full. Holy shit, the moon is huge. And canted at an odd angle. And pasted on the sky like a clip art sticker. Wow, that's bad. Oh, whoa. Sweet, buttery buttfuck, that's terrible. You can tell it's just pasted on the skybox, because you can also see the edge. There's a corner in the skybox right here. There's a corner in the skybox right here. Because you can see the horrible banding here from the insufficient color depth. And the banding bends right there. Or banding bends right there. Yeah, and then this, on this particular flat surface between these two corners of the skybox. There's a low-resolution decal of a moon stuck on the wall. Like a crappy decal you could buy on, like, AliExpress. It's also way, way too big. And I don't think I'm going the right way. There's a fence here. There's that stock sound again. Okay, yeah. Although, okay, weird thing here. Both of these sounds, that one and that one, both of those are the same landing sounds you get when jumping in Oblivion. It uses both of those. So they're clearly from a stock set. But did you notice that it's a landing sound when you jump as well? Like there's a thump of landing when I jump. Moving on. The foliage does move. That's nice. A lot of games don't do that. I was just going to say the ferns don't, though. Oh, no, they do. Okay. It's just slight enough I didn't notice it while moving. And then you have games like MGS3, which have much more foliage than this, where they just have like shit tons of it on screen at once. And it's all blowing in the wind and has collision when you crawl through it or walk through it. It gets brushed out of the way. And of course MGS3 is running on less powerful hardware than this. Man, I wish I had a sniper rifle. Or anything with some range. Man, I almost thought I was aiming too high, and it still fell short of him. And did no damage at all. Also, I noticed, I don't have conventional grenades. Which is odd. The grenade launcher is in lieu of hand-thrown ones. Which is unusual. Most games that have a grenade launcher also have thrown ones. In fact, pretty much all shooters have thrown grenades. It's kind of weird not to have any. Well, my only other weapon's a shotgun that has no range. So, I guess grenades it is. Here, could you run towards this? That'd really help me out, because I'm not sure I can hit you with it otherwise. Come on. There we go. Alright, one more. Come on. Come on, let me do it. Or don't. I'll just run in. There we go. Taste my shotgun. I like the shattering glass particles when you... or glass or polycarbonate or whatever it is. Particles when you shoot them in the head. Like their mask is shattering. Oh god, no. My bone saw is ready. Taste it. Alright, I should reload this. And honestly, I should probably upgrade it too. I just wish it had range. Am I even hitting this guy? There goes his helmet. Now he's dead. It only took a whole mag. From not very far away. I don't know if you know this, but shotguns in real life are actually effective at quite considerable range. They do not do the video game thing where they have, like, several feet of spread at only, like, you know, 6 feet away. They don't do that. That's not a thing. Even at, like, 20 yards, the shotgun pellets would still be quite close together. So the alarm's off. Hopefully that means that turret isn't going to shoot me. There is a dude up there, though, and I did just get a sniper rifle. So, ooh. Oh, it has a terrible, terrible scope that, unfortunately, apparently only has one level of magnification, and it's not very much. It's also comically underpowered. 4 shots to take a dude. What kind of sniper rifle is that weak? I guess it might be explained by when I reload. Look how close to the front the magazine is. This thing has a 3-inch barrel. No wonder it's so weak. I need to find a position where there's some light on the actual left side of this. Fire it. The gunshot's not bad. Although it's very narrow. It almost sounds mono, which is not good for a shotgun, or for a gunshot. It should be, like, huge and enveloping and surround sound. I didn't notice it while recording, but I think this is derived from some of the same material as the Halo 2 sniper rifle. They don't actually sound the same, and Halo 2's doesn't sound horribly dull and muffled like Pariah, but they're similar. In particular, shortly after the gunshot itself, there's a sort of slapback report. It's in both sounds and is specific enough to make me think they're the same recording. Pariah sounds pitched down overall, but that slapback element is actually higher pitched than Halo 2. So I would guess these two sounds are derived from the same stock recordings, but have been processed and layered differently, so they aren't the same end result, but there is still some familiarity. But if I reload... I can't tell. Does the charging handle stays rearward? Looks like it. So, because it's up front when you reload, but it looks like it... when he pulls it back, it looks like it stays back, because I don't see it up front. Is this an open bolt sniper rifle? That's the worst idea in the history of the universe. And apparently there are snipers aiming at me. I'm guessing that's their lasers on the wall following me. Which means there are snipers looking at me, but not taking the shot? Oh yeah. Okay. Is there a reason? If you're looking at me, take the shot, bro. I was sitting there dicking around looking at the animation for like an hour. So a headshot should hopefully be a one-hit kill, but there's so little magnification here. Like, I can't quite tell if I'm on their head. Also, the sound of that bolt coming back is terrible. It's just like this sort of rubbing sound. It doesn't sound mechanical at all. It's just a little slide. Doesn't even sound metallic, really. This thing should sound like it has a big, meaty bolt because it's firing big, meaty rounds. This is basic sound design concepts here. Hold still. Let me line up very slowly on your head. Don't move. Just like that. Hold still. Come on. Stand up. There we go. Good boy. Oh no, and it takes 2 headshots. Wait, why does this thing suck? Yeah. It takes 2 headshots. Huh. Okay, well, the sniper rifle's a joke. Also there, I was in better light, and you can see the charging handle sticks out when it's forward, so that you can grab onto it, but when it's rearward like this, it seems to fold flat, which is actually kind of an interesting idea. Oh, and there's apparently a thing here, because my laser is up against it, and I can't move. Errant hitbox. Alright, let's look at the upgrades. Enhanced vision, which you'd think a sniper rifle should just have. I don't know if that means, that I'll get more magnification, or if it'll reduce the horrible swirling noise. Expanded clip, also known as a magazine. Those are not the same thing, by the way. And armor piercing. Okay. Well, I could get armor piercing for the assault rifle, because it is the thing I'm using the most. Alright, now there is a third blue light, which you can only barely see over that little hump on the receiver there. Let's go ahead and do the servo reloader. Magneto concentrator. Going off the description in the manual, I wasn't quite clear what that does, but I'm gonna get it. So if I read the description again, any frag rounds that miss the target are embedded within range of the target, whatever that means, are drawn to the concentrator round on target. So I'm guessing that means, of the set of pellets that this thing puts out, one of them is designated as a concentrator round, and if that one hits the target, then any pellets that miss will then be sucked towards the target. But the question there is, which pellet is the concentrator round? And presumably then, if the concentrator round doesn't hit, the concentration effect doesn't happen. But how would I know if the concentrator round hits or not? I don't know what a concentrator round is. I could check if there's good feedback when I fire it. Like if there's a visually distinct pellet that's like, that lights up or is a different color or something to tell me that it's the concentrator. But everyone's really far away, so now's not a good time to test it out. Also, I would like to point out that these footsteps, those are stock footsteps. You've heard those in a million games. And this is really weird to me. The reason I point out stock footsteps is because footsteps are crazy easy to record. You take a mic, you point it at your feet, and you walk. That's literally it. Like, you just hold a mic and you carry it with you while you walk. And you just point it at what you're walking on. It literally couldn't be easier. I know this. I have recorded footsteps many, 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 many times, and it's very, very easy to do. Here, I can cut some in. Here's footsteps on snow. Here's some footsteps in a puddle on asphalt. Yeah, see, that wasn't hard at all, was it? I'm guessing I'm going in through this door that looks like it's straight out of Doom 3. Or actually, no. I think I'm thinking of Quake 4. Maybe it's both, or maybe I'm just conflating those in my mind because they run on the same engine and share some assets and actually look very similar. But I was wrong anyway. We don't go in there because it doesn't open. My objective is to infiltrate the communications tower, however. This does appear to be a communications tower, given that it's a tower and it has blinky antennas on top of it, or antennae. Well, actually, here's a thing I want to check. These turrets. Can I actually, like, man them and control them? No, I can't. Okay, well, it was worth a check. Not that I would have been too happy if I could, because that would imply a turret section in the future, and I think you may know how I feel about those. Oh, there's a thing I can interact with. And a door opened somewhere. Oh, down there, I guess. Ugh, man. This fucking thing. Fucking Bulldog. I know it's really hard to get the feedback part of first-person shooters right. not that I've done it, because I'm not a game developer, but I can ascertain that it's difficult to get right. Given that, a lot of games don't. So from that, I can infer that it's a difficult thing to get right. To get truly right. That's not to say there's no satisfaction here, because I am actually having fun with this game. Especially considering I paid almost nothing for it. But certainly this gun could be more satisfying than it is. The way it does recoil with the screen shake is just not a very satisfying kind of recoil. It just looks like jerky and awful. And beyond that, we don't have the added satisfaction, this is an important one, of bullet casings. Part of what makes like a machine gun fun to spray ammo around is when you're also spraying bullet casings around and they're colliding with the environment and scattering and bouncing and making those nice high-pitched resonant tinging sounds as you hear them bounce around. Part of what makes a machine gun satisfying is when you dump the mag and you hear all those casings scattering to the side and tinging off the floor. And this gun doesn't eject casings. So, really? You're spawning enemies behind me? That's a major element of making a fully automatic weapon satisfying that is completely missing here. That's a thing other games have done. It seems to be developers don't necessarily know that satisfying casings are an important part of, you know, a good sounding gun. For example, the pistol in Half-Life 2 does not eject casings, and I'm not really sure why it doesn't. It appears to be a plain old pistol. It looks like a USP or something. It doesn't seem to be some sort of sci-fi pistol that doesn't take bullets, or, you know, conventional cartridges. It looks like a conventional pistol, and yet inexplicably doesn't eject casings. So I think it's just a mistake that it doesn't eject casings, because clearly they programmed that because the SMG does. The AR-2 doesn't, because it's clearly a sci-fi-ish weapon firing like pulse rounds or something that aren't conventional cartridges, but I don't think that applies to the pistol, because otherwise it just seems like a conventional weapon. So I don't think it was that they intentionally made it fire caseless ammo. Although, it's possible that may have been the intent, because the pistol is the only weapon in Half-Life 2 that actually does fire underwater. Maybe that's to imply that it uses some sort of non-conventional ammo, like some sort of caseless thing. I'm not really sure. Or it could just be they wanted you to have at least a weapon underwater, so they just arbitrarily made the pistol work and not the other things. I don't really know. But it's part of the reason the pistol in Half-Life 2 feels like a piece of shit, because, well, for one, the sound isn't great. It just sounds like a racquetball being hit. And for another, it doesn't eject casings, which is an important part of a gun feeling satisfying. Because contrast with that with the SMG, which, first of all, has an amazing sound. It's really loud. Too loud, actually. It's weird. The SMG in Half-Life 2 is mixed louder than any other gun in the game. It's kind of annoying. But it's a beefy sound. And it scatters casings everywhere, which sounds cool. In fact, I once found a mod that actually modded the pistol to eject casings, and sure enough, it instantly made it more satisfying to use.
What's that noise?
Jesus! I told you to wait by the car.
Jack, the Shroud are coming for me. I can feel it.
It's viscous.
There's no shroud. They've been gone long before you were even born.
Oh, thank you for the exposition.
Something on the military frequencies.
Bravo reached confirmed zone coordinates 73 by 121.
Confirmed, T-Bird. The satellite has just passed over and the crash zone is verified hot.
Just like my
No
cousin.
survivors.
Wait, is that Stockton?
Shouldn't he be at Bunker
Let's clean
Hill?
up the mess, T-Bird. Biosafety 5. You are authorized for ordnance drop.
That's a pretty good euphemism for taking a shit.
Bitch, you're covering your tracks.
He really needs his dialogue de-essed.
I know that voice.
Put that comm link on. We gotta go. We only have a few hours.
We can't go back out there?
Holy shit, he has Hulk hands.
How'd they get so close? The turret should have taken care of them.
You mean the turrets I turned off so I could get here?
Okay, I'll go find them. When they come up, you get those turrets back online.
Please stop doing close-ups. Also, I do have to say the
Generator 1 manually restart.
the texture for the hole in her outfit where the bullet went through is actually pretty well done. If I can get a good shot of it. Yeah. Actually, it was higher res in the cutscene, I think. But it's not just like a clean hole, it's shreddy, and there's like that strand across the top where it's still connected, like the material kind of stretched instead of just, you know, being sliced straight through. It's kind of a stretch shred. It's actually well executed. And I guess I have to call this back. Although then again, I could just shoot them from up here where I have some cover. Because I have the high ground. It's over. There was another. Yes, there he is. Oh, and the lift doesn't stay up here. Impatient little fuck. Come on. There you go. Don't need to run. Oh, that's why it runs away, because they didn't program the button on it actually functioning as a return. Can I finally try out my new shotgun? Ooh. Repower the defense systems. Wait. They spelled defense wrong. Apparently they are systems that remove fences. Oh, okay. So the shortened reload just speeds up the animation. It doesn't change it to something else. I guess I should have expected that, but I was considering when it said servo reloader. I kind of imagined it would actually make it work differently. Oh, and look at that. The window here is actually warping geometry. It actually has a refraction effect. Not bad. And maybe a bit extreme. I mean, glass does do that, because, like, no glass is truly perfectly flat, but it's usually not that bad. So there's a thing I can crawl through there. But I don't know if that's where I'm meant to go, or if that's maybe just a way to go get an energy core. 'Cause, yeah, I think I'm supposed to go this way. So that is probably a secret. Let me go back to it. What do we have? Thankfully, somebody moved the vent aside for me. Otherwise, I'd be screwed, because if it wasn't programmed for me to be interactable with it, it would be impenetrable. It's also nice of them to place little task lights here in the crawl space that no one's ever really going to go through. Also, what is this crawl space for? It's not a duct, it's an actual crawl space. But generally those have a purpose. For like maintenance or something. I guess it's to get down here, but why would someone need to get down here? What is down here? It's just an empty room. Oh, it is a duct, because it has a vent grill. That's right. And yet, it has the same floor texture as the floor, and task lights like someone's meant to be down here. It's a duct that's also a crawl space, which is a variety that only exists in video games. Anyway, I was going to ask why it even opened to that room anyway, if there's nothing in there. Where that energy core was, they should have just left the grill behind it, so I'd have to turn around, because I had to turn around and go back anyway, because there was nothing in that room. And it zooms in after you reload. I hate that. Ugh. And I'm still not used to it, because it's counterintuitive to how basically every shooter ever made works. Halo, for example, to mention that yet again, doesn't do that. Which might be why I'm expecting it not to, because I'm really used to Halo. Because it's the shit. Is this the way out, or is this? I don't know. So the problem is, I don't want to trip a... Oh, crap. I don't want to trip a load screen by going the correct way if there's still an alternate path to go that could yield an energy core. You know what I mean? So I'm being careful to go the alternate way first. We still haven't repowered the fence removal systems. Oh no, I need to find controls to recall air shaft elevator. Alright. So that answers where I'm supposed to go. It's this way. And I'm gonna get the shotgun back out, because I keep trying to use it, and its range is so shit that there are almost no circumstances where it's useful, which is not a good thing.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
What's taking so long?
Hold on.
Extraneous button pressing, that's what. Okay, this door also had a button. but I don't know where it goes. Just outside. Oh, and that's just a closet. Okay, some ammo. There's probably an energy core in here somewhere if I, like, climb behind these. Or something? No? Really? Unless that can be blown open, because I've seen these open before. Oh, and that's the concentrator round, clearly. Okay, it does have a distinct visual difference, which I was really hoping it did. Excellent. Now, does it actually do anything? I don't know, it doesn't seem behaviorally different when I actually shoot people with it. I mean, these missed, and they didn't get sucked toward him. Am I just completely misunderstanding how this thing works? Well, that elevator ride took entirely too long. The sound effect... Oh, that's why. I was gonna say. The sound of that raising did that ugly comb filter again. And that's because it was playing two of them because both sides opened. And when you have two of the identical sound playing simultaneously, but not truly simultaneously, slightly offset, you get that phasey comb filtering where you have destructive interference when you add the waveforms together. And it's immensely ugly. And I know you have to save memory, so you save memory by having only one sound for that elevator door raising instead of two, but you could still do something to prevent them from comb filtering when you add them together. That looks like a switch, probably for the fence removal system. That's probably the way out once I've done that, so I'm gonna go this way. I kind of wish this gun had a secondary fire of some kind. I feel like it should, but it doesn't. Not that games need secondary fires, but it's nice when they do. Or nice when they have secondary fire. Not nice when they do, because that would imply what I was saying is it's nice when they do need them, right after I said they don't need them. Which was grammatically a bit silly. I apologize. Wish I could get a reload upgrade for that thing. And oh no, he's not very far away, but my shotgun won't work. Allow me to spend an entire magazine on you, sir. Oh hey, it did the thing. Wait a minute. Oh. I just figured out how it works. Okay. And it's disappointing. Alright, well.
Generator 2 manually restarted.
Ooh. Not sure that needed a voice.
Generator 4 manually restarted.
Yeah, I don't think that needed a voice line. I don't like inanimate objects that talk to me. So, the way this works. That thing is not a concentrator round. That is the quote-unquote frag round that missed. So if I now shot somebody, which I don't think it works on... Oh, it does work on dead bodies. Yeah. If I then shoot an enemy, that one that was embedded flies toward them. So it's not as I originally interpreted it. Oh, that one's already running. It's not as I originally interpreted it. The pellets that miss get sucked towards the concentrator round. It is, if you missed an entire shot, then...
Get away from me!
What? What's going on?
I'm warning you!
Karina! What's happening? Karina!
Well, I think it's pretty easy to
Karina!
ascertain what's happening. Alright, let's get back to her. Because we, the man, have to save her, the woman. Oh, and... generators died anyway. So I didn't actually get the defense system online. Alright, well, let's get back to Karina anyway. Because that's apparently what I'm supposed to do. But I sprinted 10 feet, so my heart's gonna explode. So we have to do this very slowly. And apparently I can't reach that. Is there a button to lower it? Or, okay, I guess I'll go back the way I came. Oh, my heart. I have Call of Duty syndrome. Alright, hold on. I'll be there after this agonizingly long lift ride. Actually not even that bad, but it's not exactly Mass Effect, but it never made sense to me in Mass Effect. The horrifically long elevator rides. Because even if you play the game on PC, they still take forever. Which makes no sense, because it's clearly not a load screen, because it doesn't take that long to load. And all the other load screens in the game are crazy short on PC, so they actually programmed the lift rides to take forever, for no reason. It doesn't take that long to load. So it doesn't have to be that long, is my point. They programmed it to be, which I can't fathom why they would. I'm not super stoked about this shotgun. I mean, it sounds cool. It's got a cool reload. Although it's less cool now that it's in fast forward and looks unnatural. But it's just not very effective. It's like, how do you fuck up a shotgun? Like, if you get one gun right, it should be the shotgun. Oh. That's interesting. Did she explode?
I heard my name.
Yeah, Mason's been yelling it a lot.
Biosafety 5. Containment protocol for transgenic outbreaks.
Okay.
Stockton was sending in the nukes. He knew about the virus and what Karina was capable of. But he didn't know there were now 2 infections.
Which won't change anything if he nukes both of us. Alright, clearly this game is intentionally being, narratively vague. Oh, that's a video.
Shroud! That's Shroud!
Why is this a video? It looks terrible.
Calm down. It's just a military recon.
Which is bad because they're trying to kill us.
You don't understand.
Is this a flashback?
Karina!
Or
Damn.
did she wake up from that crater and is fine? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Wait, find Karina. Didn't she just duck into an alcove? I didn't realize she actually ran away. What? Well, at first I thought that was a flashback. Because I didn't realize she was conscious at the end of the previous level. She said, like, I heard my name, and then, like, we faded to black. I thought she, ooh, stealth camouflage. I thought she had, like, passed out, and I was expecting some sort of scene of, like, seeing her come to, or we help her get up, or something, but we just cut to she's fine. And since it was a video instead of real time, I thought it was a flashback, or like a premonition or something, and we would then cut to us somewhere else, which would explain why it was a video instead of real time, so it wouldn't have 2 locations loaded in simultaneously. But none of that was true. It was just the start of this level, and our objective is once again find Karina, because that's basically this game. And, ooh, I got stuck. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Really? I tried to jump through this gigantic gap, and it didn't work, because I wasn't intended to, which makes me wonder why they didn't just put another rock right here, filling the gap. But there's... oh, no. There's no go back to checkpoint. Oh, there's cheat codes. Oh, hey, that reminds me. I wasn't able to look at settings in the menu. Controls, of course. That's fine. I'm used to them now. Basic sensitivity stuff. Audio. Voice masking? Oh, that must be for multiplayer if I was using a headset. Alright. Video. Reduced gore. Oh, hey, a brightness bar. That'll be perfect for when I'm grading this later. Excellent. So the bar is black at the marker. Well, it is, so my TV's correct, but who knows about the recording? But that gives me a reference to fix it. Cheat codes. Please enter the cheat code. Up, down, left, right. A, B. Oh, B isn't one. A, R, up. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Anyway, there is no go back to checkpoint. And I don't want to go to the main menu because the main menu on my disc basically doesn't work. I'm going to try to kill myself with grenades. Excellent. Okay. Yes, I've seen this. Oh, you can skip them. It's just the trigger instead of any other button on the controller. Curious. I see you there. Your stealth camouflage isn't actually that effective, and you clearly despawned when you reached this point because I didn't see you run the rest of the way. But yeah, we're doing that thing where you see glimpses of an enemy you're yet to fight. Even though we already saw them in the cutscene and he said it was a military scout, so there's no surprise. Who's shooting who? What is happening? They're like bitch slapping each other. Oh, sorry to interrupt your weird ritual circle jerk there, guys, but you're kind of in my way. Oh, he shot himself to death. You got a plasma gun. Okay. This guy also shot himself to death. Oof. Maybe this virus is making the rounds and it's actually just dysentery. Plasma gun. What does it do? Oh, it puts a weird screen effect on the screen. Is that just like a mask or something? Like a visor that comes with it? Or is it giving me like an energy shield that ups my defense? I like the reload though. Oh, that popping out. Oh, that's great. Okay, no, I like that reload a lot. It's unorthodox, it sounds cool, it's visually interesting. A dead body just fell on me. It's fine, I'm used to it. And I like the idea that the ammo being put into it is not just like a square or rectangular like box magazine. They gave it something kind of creative, which is just like this blue ball, which feels kind of sci-fi-ish. I like it. And I have 6 cores. I should probably use some. So, 3 upgrades. Arc Sphere. No clue what that does. Defense Sphere. I can assume that gives me some sort of shield. And Explosive Sphere. Does that make the round do splash damage? I don't know. I'm gonna have to get the manual out. It's a high-energy weapon capable of inflicting heavy damage via rapid-fire charge particle bursts. Plasma Rifle's upgrades require you to hold down the trigger to charge the sphere before releasing it. Upgrade 1, Arc Sphere, releases your remaining plasma canister, producing a large energy sphere that electrocutes nearby enemies. Defense Sphere augments the Arc Sphere. On impact, the Defense Sphere remains active for a short time, continuing to damage nearby enemies. Why is that called Defense? It's just an Arc Sphere that does continuous damage. That's quite clearly offensive. Explosive Sphere, further augmentation. After the sphere burns out, it will unleash a deadly explosion. Oh, it's burst fire. Okay. I was gonna say, holding down the trigger fires it. I had only done short bursts up to this point, so I didn't realize it was burst fire. I thought I was just doing short bursts. So that makes a little more sense. What do I want to buy? I really don't want to buy the sniper rifle upgrades because this thing kind of blows. I mean, maybe with armor piercing, it finally becomes useful, but man, if even a headshot takes 2 shots, it's only... Even if you never miss, that's only 2 enemies per mag, which you'd have to be reloading the thing constantly, and you can't even carry much ammo for it. This thing, titanium concentrators. I mean, the concentrator's not that exciting an effect. Wait a minute. Oh, there is actually a warp in the top right. I was gonna say, it makes the shape of that rock change. But I didn't realize there was a bubble there. There he is. What is this overlay? That's just bizarre. I don't like it. It's just warping the geometry and making everything look green. But fuck it, I'll buy the Arc Sphere. And I guess the Defense Sphere. And I guess I'll upgrade the grenade launcher. We'll get remote det and fragment attractor. Why not? What's the detonate button? Is it just the trigger again? Meaning I wouldn't be able to fire multiple shots and then detonate? Apparently. So it just switches me to this. And ooh, look at that. Pulling in fragments and then, oh, launching. That's legitimately a satisfying effect. Although I don't like the remote detonator because now it... I saw you up there. Now it just means I can't fire 2 rounds quickly because I can't fire another round until I've detonated the previous one. That actually seems like a downgrade as far as I'm concerned. Unless you were going to do a thing where you have an alt fire, where I could still just fire it with one button and detonate it with another. But we're not doing that. That also means I can't fire 2 shots and then detonate both of them remotely simultaneously. Okay, and they still go off on their own anyway. Okay, this is not good. This is not the right spot to be using the grenade launcher. Alright, let's try out the plasma gun, actually. Since that's what they're all using anyway. I hate that jarring save screen. Like, just do it transparently in the background. Like Halo. Have I mentioned that enough? Oh no, an alarm. I was curious what that was. Oh man, I can barely aim. I'm considering turning up the sensitivity, but the problem is, once the acceleration ramp happens, and really saving again? Once the acceleration ramp happens, like this first bit is definitely too slow. So if someone's running sideways, it takes me forever to catch up with them. But once it speeds up like this, once you reach full speed, it's plenty fast. Like, I feel like it's alright once I speed up. But that first part is slow. But because the later part is fast enough, I feel like if I up the sensitivity, I would feel like it's too much. The acceleration curve is just not ideal. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, that, when you first pull this gun out? Yeah. That's part of one of my favorite stock gun sound effects. Not because it's a good sound, it's one of my favorites because it's really cheesy. It's sort of a bolt grab and then a cycling sound. And they've clearly just trimmed it to just the bolt grab. I will try to edit in here the full sound effect as it appears in another game so you can hear what I'm talking about. But I have to think of a game that uses it in its entirety. Shadows of the Empire uses it for switching weapons. However, it's massively sped up, so it won't demonstrate what I'm talking about very well. But I believe Far Cry 3 uses it on the reload of one of the LMGs, so I can probably edit that in here. Oh, I love that popping out of the tube sound there. Fantastic. Oh, great. Well, the grenade launcher really seems to do the trick with, someone behind me? Oh no, it's just across. The grenade launcher really seems to do the trick with the dudes with shields. Oh, that's me clicking the stick trying to sprint. And it's not clicking the stick to sprint, it is the B button. Which means if you're holding the B button with your right thumb is consequently not on the aiming stick, meaning you can't turn while sprinting unless you pull your index finger up and press B with your index finger. Oh, those barrels have deadly gas in them. It's unfortunate. Come on, dissipate already. Today would be nice. Yes, I see you there. Oh, I love these 2005 ragdoll physics. A very small part of me wishes games still did that, but the rational part of my brain knows exactly why they don't. Because it is immensely silly. Also, this horrible screen effect renders the sniper rifle basically useless in here. There goes his helmet. I'm gonna have to do that again, because this gun sucks. Nope. Alright, whatever. So I wonder if enhanced vision makes that scope any better. Or if it's just like more zoom, but still with the horrible, swirly blue noise. Oh, I guess I'm stuck on the shield? Yeah, there we go. That's inconvenient. Getting really sick of hearing this alarm sound effect, though. Which is a problem with all alarm sound effects, because alarms are fucking annoying. Which is a fantastic example of why having an alarm in a video game is just a bad idea. It's annoying. Kind of like guys with shields. Yeah, that's right, walk past it. There you go. Don't even try to avoid it. It's fine. Oh man, I love hearing obnoxious alarms and surround sound. It's what gets me out of bed in the morning. What is that weird warping? Is that a texture error, or is that just the world's worst glass reflection effect of all time? Oh yeah, it is the world's worst glass reflection of all time. Interesting. It would look fine if it wasn't so stretched. I think it's been applied bigger than it was supposed to be. And I guess Karina just happened to be here.
Sounds like someone got through this time. Let's wrap it up. Ready, asshole?
All set.
Piss hole.
Let's go.
Wow, that scene was really enlightening. I suddenly know exactly what's going on in this game. Oh no. This makes it look like we're going to be on a train. A moving train level. Which will either be perfectly fine, it depends on how they implement it. It'll either be perfectly fine, or if they program it so that we're really moving, it's going to fuck with all the collision.
We're safe for now. You should try to relax and get some sleep.
Trust me, I'm a doctor.
How long since the war ended?
What's Vietnam?
Long time. 30 years.
That's not actually that long.
Seems like it was just yesterday to me.
When Sir Mix-a-Lot released Baby Got Back?
Biostasis can do that.
Well, yeah, that's literally the whole point of cryostasis. It's not a very good skybox. Maybe you shouldn't linger on it. Also, maybe you shouldn't do a close-up like that with a wide-angle lens, because it made her face look really long.
Stay in.
He totally just muzzle-swept her.
I'll be back for you. Promise.
Ooh, oh no. Doing that thing where he sort of sounds like he cares about her. And unfortunately, she's just gonna sit here uselessly. This would be a lot more exciting if she... I'm gonna look at that in a second. Like I said, this would be a lot more exciting if she actually, like, joined me and was like an ally. Instead of just a human MacGuffin where... Okay, this is three-dimensional. Alright. I was really afraid when I looked at that one. It kind of looks like a completely flat 2D texture, and the shadow I thought was just drawn into a completely flat texture, but no, the handle is actually three-dimensional. Although, speaking of her being useless, it would be better if she joined me and wasn't useless, and actually, like, helped or followed me around or, like, anything. But at least this is, like, the first level so far where she hasn't just run off like a spaz at the start. Oh, this is where I'm supposed to go. I was trying to figure out how to open those doors. Okay, so, question. Did they implement this level as we're on a stationary piece of geometry and the environment is moving around us? Or did they make this train actually moving through an environment? Because when games do that, it tends to make the collision just shit the bed. The easiest way to tell would be to fire a grenade laterally. And it goes straight. Okay. It is the correct way. We are on a stationary platform. To prove I'm not completely full of shit, I'm actually going to use Halo as a negative example here. There's a scene in Halo 2 that takes place on a moving platform. But because the platform is actually moving, it influences the collision and projectiles, and not always in a way that works. Sometimes you'll go to melee an enemy and you'll dash to close the distance, but the hit won't actually land. And grenade throws and, like, the rocket launcher and plasma projectiles deviate from the trajectory you're used to, and this becomes more jarring when the platform switches from moving horizontally to vertically, and suddenly it all feels different again. And that's not to say this is hugely egregious or that this sequence is completely broken and unplayable, but it certainly doesn't feel quite right compared to the rest of the game that you've gotten used to. And this could have been avoided if they made it so that the platform was completely stationary and the world was moving around you, which would look the same. From your perspective, it would look like the platform is moving, but it wouldn't mess up the collision or the trajectories. And this is what I was talking about. So Halo 2 fucks this up, and Pariah does not. Which is good. That means this won't be a horrible nightmare. Oh, and that guy appears to have a rocket launcher. At least I think that's what that was. Which means it's mine now. Okay, it's got an interesting look. Find out if it's any good. Probably not inside close quarters like this, though. Get out of my way. Stop punching me. I would have pulled out my bone saw, but hasn't really worked well most times I've done it. Oh, by the way, remember that we're a doctor? You wouldn't know it, other than, like, the back of the box saying it. We're quite clearly just a soldier. Other than, yeah, we have a bone saw. Which itself just looks more like a weapon than a medical tool anyway. Why did they make him a doctor? Doesn't seem to have any bearing on anything. Try to get these shield guys. It's not working very well. And I was trying to aim left there. But what happened was it didn't work because the aim assist magnetized me to the guy right in front of me. So I just killed myself. I was trying to aim left and shoot past him. I didn't fuck up that badly. That actually was the aim assist screwing me.
We're safe for now.
Yeah. You're safe for now because I'm here and I'm a manly man who can totally protect you because you're a useless woman. Good thing we're a man so we can do all the work ourselves. Okay, let's try this charge shot thing. That's interesting. It didn't seem to stick around, which the description of the defense sphere claimed it would. Good God. Wow. Enemies do more damage running up and punching me than they do shooting me. Makes me wonder why they don't all just run up and punch me. Hate it when games do that. Make the melee more powerful than, like, ridiculously huge weapons. Call of Duty, of course, is the be-all, end-all. Where poking someone with a knife instantly ends them faster than, you know, a fully automatic weapon firing high-velocity chunks of lead. My God, a machine gun. A minor nuisance. Holy shit, a knife? I'm doomed. Now this environment here, like, some of these textures are starting to make me think of Time Shift, actually. Which obviously was a few years later than this one. 3 years, I think. I believe that's 2008. But this environment has a bit of a Time Shift feel to it. Which isn't a problem, because I actually quite like Time Shift. I think that game's highly underrated. No, don't shoot the barrel. Just let me do it. There. Perfect. Do I go down here? Oh, there's an upgrade. I don't know where to go. I mean, there's a ramp there that would get me across, but I don't know how to go. Oh, I guess there's a stack of stairs here. Now I feel like an idiot. That is quite obviously a staircase. You know, especially with this thing with armor piercing. Coming up behind me? Where are, oh, yeah, there you are. Okay. Yeah, this thing with the armor piercing rounds now does enough damage. And with the recoil reduction, and if you kind of feather the trigger, this thing does enough damage. It just kind of renders the sniper rifle useless. Like, see that? Took that guy out no problem really quickly. If I had bothered to pull out the sniper rifle, zoom in and struggle to see through its terrible scope, it would have actually taken longer to take that guy out. This is bizarre that we have a game where the sniper rifle is less effective at taking targets out at range than just the basic assault rifle. Like, don't give it to me if you're gonna make it suck. Oh, ammo packs actually give you health. Health reloads. I didn't realize that. I just happened to see that because I had it out. Don't run up to me. I know it's really effective for some reason, but please don't. Switch weapons just for some variety. I'm sick of that assault rifle. Ooh. How about some grenades? The shotgun doesn't work that far. Nope. Did you guys, like, just let this kill you? You. Taste this. Oh. I think he just walked off the back. Oh no, we have a turret section. Oh, look at that! A shower of bullet casings. That actually makes it visually satisfying. it's annoying that it's spraying shit tons of casings out when the rate of fire is really low. There's no reason for this to be rotary cannons. It's not firing very fast. If they are rotary, they should be firing much faster than this. More like the rate of the casings flying out, you know? I can't turn that far. How was that fair? What the fuck? Really? It's just gonna shoot at me when I can't turn to face it? Are you kidding me? Of course, if I get out, it just kills me. Oh, here. Finally, it's gonna come back into view. Well, thanks, game, for giving it a whole bunch of free shots. That was great. I really appreciated that. Is that all of them? The sound of this thing turning is way too dry and direct for being a huge thing in the distance. On a loud-ass train moving quite quickly. It just cuts through all ambient sound. Just right in our face. Oh, that was right next to him. I'm so sick of this grenade launcher. I haven't played with the rocket launcher yet, though. At least it would go off on contact. Heat-seeking, dual warhead, quad warhead. There's that thing it mentioned on the back of the box. Sure made it sound awesome on the back of the box, and I'm a little worried it won't be awesome in-game. They might have been overselling that a bit. This takes entirely too long. Fend off dropship attacks. Am I doing it right? Oh, yeah. I guess I'm just supposed to keep shooting these things, which is incredibly dull, because this gun doesn't feel satisfying because it doesn't fire very fast, and they constantly go out of range, where I can't shoot it. Why can't this thing turn 360? So, do regular weapons work on it? Okay. Well, I was going to ask if regular weapons work on it at all. And then I learned the hard way that that gun has a massive, massive hitbox that extends well past its model, and I just killed myself. Yeah, the sound for pulling that out is throughout Perfect Dark. Yeah, that is a sped up version of the sound used for cocking the CMP-150, which is Perfect Dark's term for the TMP. Oh wait, I'm going backwards. Or am I not? I think I've gotten turned around. Yes, I had. Luckily, he's a terrible shot. Taste my ineffectual shotgun. It will get you eventually. Alright, let's do this again. My god, it's so boring. It's an interesting idea to have these shells also eject inward, which makes them more visible, because they fly, instead of flying off the screen, they're like concentrated in the middle, right where you can see it, which is visually cool, but completely at odds with its boring-ass fire rate. So, the boring-ass fire rate completely undoes any goodwill it would have gotten by, you know, having that effect. So I guess when they go behind me, they're dropping off dudes. Which is, I guess, not a big deal, because I'm apparently invincible while I'm in this turret. Which is silly. Like, this is a defend the train sequence where apparently I'm invincible. Like, the train doesn't have a health bar. And my health bar is unaffected while I'm in this thing. And then as soon as I get out, I'm getting wasted, so why would I get out? We'll mop him up. Maybe I have to before the next ship arrives. There's absolutely no feedback on damaging these things. At first because they have a shield, which makes my gun seem useless because it's not doing any damage whatsoever. And then when the shield drops, they don't visibly get damaged over time. It just looks perfect until the moment it blows up. There aren't like chunks flying off of it, it's not getting charred. Yeah, that doesn't seem to damage it much. So I'll just sit here and wait. In about 3 years, it'll work its way back forward. Come on. Or just piss off. It's fine. Alright. We have another one. This is so exciting. We need to keep doing it. I don't want this sequence ever to end. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Nope. Alright. Okay, so I can take it out with rockets. It just takes multiple, even after I've shot it a ton. We have more. Yep, we have more. Am I doing this wrong? It doesn't feel like I'm making any progress because there's nothing to indicate that I am doing the right thing. Oh, and that just went through it. Alright. Ooh, thank God we're done. This scene is way louder than everything else in the game. Why? Holy shit, that was actually pretty impressive. That was a lot of debris and destruction. And that was a weird series of sound effects, but that crash was surprisingly detailed.